Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Unorthodox Otaku Guy. We're going to be doing an outdoor video today and trying to do what I can with what I got. And this is one of my locations I like to shoot at sometimes. And it's kind of like a nice creek type river. This is a popular fishing spot that is not being used right at the moment. It's actually kind of raining. You might be able to see it on the water there. I got some tree coverage that's kind of covering me over at the moment, but I want to try to do a nice interesting shot with what a figure I just got today. And it's kind of nice out despite the rain and the spiders falling out of the tree. Is that a spider? I don't know. Anyways, I'm going to try to set up a clean shot. I can't really bend over at the moment because of my back, so I'm going to use my tripod, try to do something standing up. So let's see how it comes out. I wish I could set up another tripod. I didn't think about bringing another one, but I wish I could have set up another tripod. I could do a shot and shot. Actually, you know what? Let me see if I got one in the car. I might be able to pull something off, so bear with me just a second. Okay, so as you can see, what I'm doing is I'm having the tripod set up over there. Recording might be a little noisy, but I'm going to try to use the tripod to, I guess, safely display my figure without dropping it. I'm gonna kind of like find the balance sweet point on it at the moment. I don't know if that's gonna be possible. I'm gonna try. If I can find a spot where I can balance here. That actually, that's probably gonna work like that. That way I can have my subject in my shot like such without having to bend over because my back. Long story on the whole back situation, but I'm gonna take my camera and I'll do my shooting manually instead of using a tripod. I'll just have to use my shutter speed to compensate for any shake or whatnot too. But in the end, I should get a satisfactory shot because right now where the fog is with how it's raining, I got the rapids over there and it's creating a nice mist over everything. So I might be able to get a really cool shot. We'll see how this comes out. Alright, I think that's a wrap. Take a lot of shots. Always take a lot of shots. But the thing is, granted there's probably going to be some bad ones in there. Take one with different speeds, different ISOs, different angles, shoot for as much as possible. Just get even wild, just get crazy with the shutter. Because granted is you're probably not going to want to come back out. But at the same time, you might lose your opportunity for lighting. So now that I'm done, let's take my figure carefully. I'm going to take him off the stand, get her wrapped up. We'll put her back in here. Very carefully. Make sure you don't forget anything. Wrap up. Make sure you turn everything off. Let's get back inside because it's getting wet. Okay, now that we're back in the headquarters on the Unorthodox, we are going to check out to see what we've got from outside. So since we took everything on my DSLR, made the trip as short as possible due to the fact that it actually was still raining. And I still want to take care of this camera, and I don't have like the plastic wrap or anything like that, and like the custom. Some people make the custom things for lenses. I just wanted to take a quick shoot in and out, and there was a lot of humidity that was fogging up my lens, so I constantly had to clean it while shooting. So make it as quick and snappy as possible, and thankfully you can take a ton of photos really quickly with the DSLR. So I'm gonna take out my card And today I was shooting with my 50mm lens in a couple different aperture settings. So let's see how that came out. And again, I use a Canon T5, and I make great use of an old camera where I cannot wait to get a newer one. I've got my eyes personally on the Canon T7i. Nothing can change my mind about it. I've made my mind up about it. It's just about affording it. But anyways, we're going to take the photos we got shot and we are going to dump them. So, let's see. Alright. Oh, we need to take a lot of shots. So, let's take all the photos and we are going to dump them to the hard drive. Now wait just a second, I'm not going to leave you hanging over there, watching over my shoulder. So bear with me just a sec while I dump these. Because I got to make a new folder for this figure. For you. Alright. So, okay. Let me get you repositioned so you can see the setup here. Alright, that should do it. I'm going to come on in here and we're going to make shift this so I can show you what I'm doing. Alright, so opening it up, you'll see I have a lot of photos I took, and we're going to expand this. Oh, not that one. Alright, so you'll see in the beginning the fog was already hitting the camera pretty hard, so I had to get out the lens, make some adjustments, and going along, definitely see there's already been some issues with rain droplets and everything affecting the camera. So there is actually a spec. This is a downfall for shooting in bad weather. Sometimes you can get something that's going to affect your shot. And what started off not there in the beginning, you actually see it's not there. After a couple shots already, a droplet formed on my lens, so I actually have to clean my lens now. So this is going to affect some of my shots, sadly. Thankfully in post-editing I can edit that out, but it depends on what shot it is, but that's okay. So, being that I took a lot of shots, we can see if we can find ourselves a winner. So let's scroll through and see what we got. We're going to look at the focus of where because taking a lot of shots, you want to change your focal point so that just in case you were off focus on one. Like this one wasn't quite in focus on her eye. I like to choose the eye as my subject, usually it's my favorite. This one is, so it has a great shot on her eye. And that's not a bad shot, but I want something a little bit better. See, like this is not a bad shot, but her eye is not in focus. I'm very picky on that. Like this one, there you go. That one's already in the eye, is in focus. And that's not a bad shot, but the angle's a little off for my aesthetic, what I'm looking for. And where she's centered in the angle of her. See, like that's not too bad, but it's not in focus. That one's not bad. See, like I like that shot. It's not completely centered of the frame. It's just a tad off. Her eye's in focus. The lighting's really nice. The trees give a nice bokeh effect. It's a little natural, especially very natural lighting on it. And there's all light around at this time too. So the shadowing is very natural too. So it's very nice for the subject to look like that. It looks like it belongs, which is really, really nice. And so that's 8259. I'll remember that number as I cycle through. So I have a comparison of 8264 here to 8259. And I think 8259 is a little better. It's got a little more angle to her. So that might be our winner. So what we could do from there is we could take this shot and straight up just throw it right into Photoshop, and we could work from there. And there we go. This is already in my process of like where I would be next in terms of taking an outdoor shot to an indoor shot. Instead of doing something like over here, let's see if it's gonna pick it up. But over here, I'd do like say I do an indoor shot. I'd have a backdrop, and you know, numerous different ones here. From there's like Half-Life backdrop. Spoilers, there's something gonna be Half-Life related. Here's my Jurassic Park one. You know, here's my Nier Automata. I got Metal Gear Solid, Splatoon. You know, I use backdrops. You can do a simple shot, and then it doesn't always, you know, replace how beautiful a real shot can be with a natural background, natural lighting, because otherwise you have to simulate it. And do your best to work around it, while this thing can be natural. I even have, you know, the rain droplet right there too. I actually might pick a second shot out of this folder as well, because there was a couple shots in there that had some mist in the background too, which were really nice, like those. The only problem is they were a little distorted. I had to, because of the aperture I chose, I had to jack up the ISO. So the photo is a little on the grainy side, sadly. I might be able to kind of work that a little bit. So you see, like right here, this one's a lot clearer because my aperture was more focused and I had my ISO a lot lower. While on here, my aperture was much broader, much more broader, so it got the background too of the focal range. But because of that, it also made it darker, so I had to change the ISO for holding to make it work. The best way to do it is to adjust with the shutter speed with a lower ISO too, to, you know, take it more light. But the only thing is I wanted to do it quick, and I wasn't using a tripod, as I was using a tripod to hold the figure and a tripod to hold the camera recording too. And my third tripod was still at home, so you make do with the situation. So you see right here, for anything of aesthetics like these, they're kind of cool actually. It has a little bit of like a flare coming up from the canopy, but the thing is, this is super distorted. That's really distorted, and for how much I enjoy these figures and doing photography, the distortion bothers me. Like that's a lot of grain right there. While if I go to another shot, like I might be able to do something nice with it still, but the distortion's there, and I can't help but notice it. Like that one's not entirely terrible. It's got the fog over the lake there. I could make something cute out of that. Yeah, that one might be a winner for a pickup. I'll toss that one into Photoshop as well. Just because I like the fog over the lake. Actually, even that one is not too bad. Let's compare those. That's already a far shot. I wouldn't want a second far shot. So let's have a close shot as the second one there. With the fog over the lake there. I might be able to make something work with this. I might be able to clean it up, make it a little less distorted somehow with some After Effects, like tweaking. You can see right here, this one's so much more vivid. It's more focused on the subject. That with the ISO lower, this one's super clear, how it should be. All right, so I'm gonna go from there, and I'm gonna do some edits, and I'll bring you back into this because it takes some time to do some edits. I've already covered that on plenty of other videos. You'll see my live stream edits, so I'm not gonna dive into that on here, but I'll just showing you the all around of pretty much going out there, what you should do, recommended to take some shots. And do it as simply as possible. That took me 8 minutes of actually going out there and shooting, especially because I wanted to make it quick. And you see, especially if you use a DSLR camera or something like that, I was able to snap quite a few photos. So here was 77 photos. And that's usually what I was trying to do. I'll try to take at least 100 shots if I can, and you'll pick up between maybe 2 to 4 winners. As you see right there, it's like you have no idea, like you could end up running into a dud. So you want to take as many shots as possible because you might end up with some bad ones. And there's a good group of them where they were messed up, or you'll even see like, you know, that little thing came on my lens. I gotta remember to clean that. No, I don't know how it spawned. It's probably moisture. Now that I think about it, was it still there later on? Where did it become and where did it disappear? Actually, I think it disappeared. Alright, so it was in 8232 right there. When I switched back my aperture, it went away. So it was probably like a moisture spot or something like that, or something of the sort. But yeah, it went away after that. So it's like things are gonna pop up and happen when you're shooting, especially with mirrored cameras. Because DSLRs, they have a mirror in there that's affected. It's very sensitive. Why some people like prefer the mirrorless setup, which is not terrible. But you see, like, you might pop into a lot of out of focus ones. You might not like the angle, because there's a couple of ones where I didn't feel the aesthetic for the angle. And you're gonna find what you find aesthetically pleasing and what you want to work with and what you want to share with people. And then it comes down to, like, you might have a really good shot and you don't like the sizing, but you can always adjust and crop it, make something actually work with it. So experiment, get creative, take a lot of shots, because you know you can't go back easily. Like right now, I'm inside. I don't want to go back out. I'm done. So now I can work with what I got in here and make something cool of it. So, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do. Since I took all the shots, now I have 2 shots to work with, which I think this one's the winner here. It's a nice angled shot, and I'm gonna make something cool for you guys to see. So you'll see that on Instagram, DeviantArt, and on all my other social medias as well. But this is my subject today is REM Red Hood. I just got today, did an unboxing review of it. So I hope you enjoyed a little bit of behind the scenes of going out and doing some figure photography instead of doing it at home. And so one thing I'll recommend, my 2 cents, is go scouting. It's the same thing what the car guys do too. Go find areas that seem like they'd be appropriate and nice to take photos, and either use a GPS save mark location, or just write down or remember where you went last. Try to pick places close by. Like the place I just went to, this is close by for me, so it wasn't much effort. Because you may be more worried also, especially the further you have to take a delicate figure. So in my case scenario, I took all my equipment, even like lens I wasn't using. This is my telephoto lens. I don't need this with me. So I put her in the camera pouch, wrapped in a microfiber cloth. That way she didn't get scratched up or broken or anything, and carefully transported by satchel. And it's also discreet too, because, you know, some people aren't comfortable doing this out in public. Also, that's another thing, when you're scouting locations, try to pick locations that are, if they are public, I guess less frequent in, or if you're comfortable with doing it, don't care and just do it. One thing I did pick out of this that I do want to do, that I would like to change and note for people to do, create a board. If you're not going to use the subject on the ground and have to get down, like me, it's hard to get up and down. Create a board with like a screw-in socket or something, or some sort of adapter you can put onto a tripod. That way you can stand your subject on a tripod, and that you can work with it on that. I kind of wish I had that today, and I think that's something I'm going to make. That way I have for the future. I really like that idea. That way I can put my subjects, because I have multiple tripods. Go with Goodwill, thrift hunting, thrift stores and whatnot for tripods. They're a dime a dozen. You can get tripods very easily, very cheaply. So don't stress too hard about tripods. Get a bunch of them. I have 3 of them, and I feel it's a comfortable point. 2 average sized ones and 1 small one for low ground shooting. That one's usually preferred when I'm in better condition, but it's good to have. But yeah, if you're not going to transport it in like a camera bag, satchel, or anything like that, use the original box. But what's really nice to do, I recommend, is a kit bag that comes with DSLR cameras or something like that. Take all the inserts out, and then put your subject in there, whatever size it is, usually fits, and then just like line it with like microfibers and stuff like that. And perfect way to transport them, because it's a nice camera bag. It's meant for protecting DSLRs and cameras and equipment. It'll help protect your figure, and you can then keep it separate from your main camera bag or something of the sort. It's just good for carrying figures. Alright, so stay tuned for this. I hope you guys enjoyed this little behind the scenes experience. This is something a little out of the ordinary, a little niche, and for some, so hard to overcome. So hopefully this is an inspiration for people to get out there and go do some stuff, even regardless of weather or anything, because I was even slightly almost discouraged of going out because it was raining, but it was minor raining. I'm not drenched, I'm not soaked or anything. It was a very small amount of rain. Okay, a little more than small. It wasn't more than a mist, but I was under trees and a canopy and whatnot, so it wasn't so bad. Alright, stay tuned for the shots when they complete. Check out my Instagram and my DeviantArt and all that other stuff, goodies from Twitter, whatnot. And I hope you enjoy. Thank you guys so much for watching. If this inspired you to make something, or if you have any questions too, pop up questions in the comments. That's the most important thing I care about, more than even likes and subscribes. Likes and subscribes, those are up to you, but I'm more interested about seeing what you guys make from this. If this helped you at all, let me know if it helped you at all, and if you have any questions on anything like that, maybe I can help you overcome something, whatnot. But get out there, take some photos. If not, then check out my inside photography for using backdrops and whatnot. Okay? So, until the next time you guys see me, stay unorthodox.